Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. So for you guys today, we are going to be swatching all of my cream bronzers. My collection of cream bronzers is not super large compared to like other people who do YouTube as a hobby or as like a career or anything. There's not too many compared to them. Compared to a regular person who might only have like one or two, I have a lot. But anyway, today we're going to be swatching all of my cream bronzers on my face. For reference, I am wearing the Fenty Eavesdrop in the shade 2. So if you are a skin twin match to me, whatever, now you know what shade of foundation I'm wearing during this process. I have on no other makeup other than the foundation. But anyway, with that being said, let's get started. So we're going to be swatching these on my face. I'm going to try and zoom in when I'm editing this so that you guys can see. But the first bronzer we're going to be starting with is the Beautiful Skin Sun Kissed Glow Bronzer from Charlotte Tilbury. This is in the shade 1 Fair Pale. This is what it looks like in the pan. On my forehead, we're going to put it right there. There's that in a very dense finger swatch. If we blend it out just a little bit, that is what it looks like. The thing I like about this bronzer, one, is the size of the pan, because you do get quite a bit of product in here. And you get a lot of space to be able to like pick it up on a brush, pick it up on a sponge piece. I mean, oh shoot, I've done it with both. The other thing I like about this is the tone, because in the pan, it looks gray. Like it looks like a gray tinted brown, which I don't like because that's more of like a contour tone. But once it's on very pale skin like my own, like I said, I'm wearing Fenty shade 2. It pulls a little bit warmer. I think it is still very much like a cooler tone bronzer, but it's more neutral than cool, if that makes sense. Like there's just enough warmth there to be able to make it so that it is a bronzer and not a contour. Something very similar to the Charlotte Tilbury is going to be the Fenty Cream Bronzer. This one is in the shade 02 Butter Biscuit. Oh my goodness. I don't want to keep any of my nice things, apparently. Again, like very similar in tone. This one looks like it might be just a little bit darker. Right there. Yeah, it's just a little bit darker. This one doesn't blend as smoothly as what the Charlotte Tilbury one does, but it still blends out really nicely. I like it for the same reasons that I like the Charlotte Tilbury one. I will use it more if I'm having like a sculpture. I want more of like a type situation versus just like a bronzing situation, if that makes any type of sense. Now, two more affordable bronzers that I have are from She Glam, which is Shein. This one is in the shade Soft Tan. This one, I will say, is a contour, because you see how gray that is, especially like if we swatch it next to Golden Tan. Do you see how much less warmth there is with that shade? Both of these will blend really nicely into the skin. If you want a true contour shade though, I would go with the soft tan, and then golden tan is going to be more of your kind of natural bronzy tone. What ones do I want to do next? Let's do this one. So this is the Rimmel London Jelly Bronzer. Come on. Hold on. This is what it looks like in the pan. I'm just gonna take a little bit on my finger. And let's go right there. So this one is very warm compared to any of the other ones that I have on my face right now. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see it, but that one is a lot warmer. It pulls way more orange. So while it works for me, it only works because I'm able to sheer it out so much. If it did not sheer out as much as it does, I would not be able to wear it. I don't think anybody would be able to wear it because of how warm it is. Okay, so there's that one. Let me just wipe that off my nose. The next one that I have is, let's do one of the ones that I have two of. So I have two of the Soul Body bronzing balms. I have the shade Fair, which is this one. Now, if you'll notice, even in the pan, this is just straight up warmth. There's no coolness to this compared to even like the Charlotte Tilbury one. I don't even know how well this is gonna show up. You see how it's just barely there. This is a good one. This whole formula is really good if you want to give yourself a very natural bronze, because this is just going to add a warmth to the skin. It's not going to really add too much color or anything. It's just going to add a warmth to the skin. This one I can wear if I'm doing a lot of makeup, if I'm not doing any makeup. I also have the shade Light from that exact same formula. And then that's what it looks like. So this one I wear if I'm doing more of a full beat, but if you look, it's still just mostly warmth. If you have a deeper complexion than I do, this will work really well for you up to like, I would, you know, till you start getting into the medium shades. If you are any fairer than I am, I would not use this. If you are my skin twin, you could probably use it for the same reasons that I do, which is to get more depth and just overall a more makeup-y look, I guess, if that's what you wanted to do. And then what else do we have, friends? Let's do this one. So this one is the Makeup by Mario Soft Sculpt Transforming Skin Enhancer in light medium. Here's this one. I picked out the shade light medium when I bought this because these are sheer. These are very sheer. Do you see how light that is once it's a little bit blended out compared to like the light one from ColourPop? It is so sheer. It is very warm. Like this has got, I would say, a lot more of like a red undertone to it because it makes that one look almost gray. And that one's not gray whatsoever. There's that. And then it is like a really nice bronzer, I will say that. It's just, I would go for it if you like a warmer bronzer, for one. And then two, just be aware that if you want it to do anything, you are going to need to go down a shade. For me anyway. I did. I had to go down a shade to get it to like show up on my skin as anything more than like a wash, because that's what it's going to. It's going to give you a wash of color. If next one we go to Tarte. This is the Man Eater bronzing stick in the shade Dusk. Right there. So this is very similar in color, if it's not built up, to the ColourPop Fair shade. It is a little bit darker, but it's not super dark. And it's only this dark if you blend it out, or if you don't blend it out. This one is more of a cream to powder finish, and I really like the ease of use with this product because of the fact you can just draw it on and it's lovely. It blends out really well. You can blend it out with your fingers. And because it is a cream to powder formula, there's not like a lot of playtime. There is a playtime before it dries down fully. I don't know why. Am I the only person that like runs out of breath when you're talking? Because I feel like I am. The next one that I have is my last drugstore bronzer, cream bronzer. This is the Revolution Ultra Cream Bronzer in the shade Light. Now this is very similar to Charlotte Tilbury in literally just about everything. It's a similar undertone. It's a similar shade. The formula is a little more like slippy, I would say, than the Charlotte Tilbury, but if you want something that is a similar tone, then I would try this one if you don't want to pay for the Charlotte Tilbury. That's what I would do. My next one is my most expensive cream bronzer. This is the Sol de Tan Chanel thing. This is the color. It's the right color, right? Like this is the right tone for my skin, like lightness wise. And I can wear this, but if I put even on a dilly dabble too much, it's orange. There's so much warm orangey yellow pigment in this that it's just straight up orange on my skin if I put on too much, which can happen with any bronzer, but it happens a lot faster with this one because there's just so much warmth in it. Like, I don't know how else to describe it. The next one that I have is my Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Bronzer in the shade Amber. This thing is old as hell, dude. That's what it looks like. Again, very similar. Right there. Once it is blended out, I will say this one stays closer to the color that's in the pan than any other shade does. Like, basically what you see in this pan is what you're going to get once you have it blended out and smoothed out and everything. So if you do not like the depth or tone of this, I would just try another one. Where did my thingamajig go? Okay, so the next bronzers that I have are from Vive. I have the shade Light and the shade Medium. We're going to swatch Medium first. The thing I like about this bronzer, even if the shade is a little kind of dark for me, is that if I want to look snatched, and there are moments where I just want to look absolutely snatched through my face. I want to look sculpted. I want to look bronzy. I want to look like I actually spent time outside, which I don't. I will go for this because of the formula, because this isn't a cream to powder texture like the Tarte one is. It is a cream to cream, if that makes sense. Like, some of these ones have felt like a cream to oil, or they're just straight up liquid. This one is like a cream to cream, It stays creamy. It doesn't dry out too fast. It doesn't dry down too fast, but it doesn't also get oily when you're mixing it or if you're using it. So this is the shade medium. And then this one is in the shade light. There. And this one I think I like a little bit more than the ColourPop one, because the ColourPop one has almost no pigment on my skin, whereas this one does. It's just not so much that I need to worry about it overwhelming my face, if that makes any type of sense. These ones, I will say, like this one in particular, like it does have a little bit more of a yellow undertone, because this one's not cool toned at all. It's very much so like the fair version of this. There is almost no coolness to it, but this one is a little bit more yellow, and because I have a warmer undertone, it looks more natural on me, I think. But yeah, so that is all of my cream bronzers, why I use them, why I like them, how they compare to each other. If you guys have any more ideas for these types of videos, please let me know down in the comments below. And with that being said, I will see you all in my next one. Bye!